Hello and welcome to strategy number 10. This strategy today is all about I want instead of I should. So this weekend I had a coaching call with my coach and we were talking about thoughts that were holding us back from accomplishing things. And I realized that I had this really heavy thought that I should give all my time to my daughter on the weekends because she's going through a hard time with the coronavirus and being home and not being able to see her friends. And my coach was saying how, what is I should create? Well, for me, it created this really, the sense of like heaviness and obligation, right? And so I really thought about it. I'm like, should isn't the right word because I shouldn't have to do anything. And so when I really thought about it, I realized that should was putting me as a victim, whereas I want would create more of an ownership. So when I was able to flip that and see how my word choice was just creating this heaviness and almost this dread of being home with my daughter all day, I realized that I could flip that and decide to change it to I want. So all day Saturday, I decided to ask myself when I said I should do something, I decided to ask, well, what do I want to do? So when it came to my daughter, as soon as excuse me, when it came to my daughter, as soon as I was off the phone with my coach, I realized that I wanted to hang out with Millie. So we went ahead and played a game and we did a few other things. Then I had the thought, well, I should go ahead and tape my YouTube video because I said I was going to do it Monday through Sunday. And then I decided to ask myself, but what do you really want? And I decided that what I really wanted was to tape my videos Monday through Friday. Because the reality is that every day during the week, I'm getting up, I'm getting dressed, and I'm ready to be working and on YouTube. But on the weekends, I'm usually in my workout clothes for most of the weekend, and I didn't want to have to change and to do the videos. So I just decided I want to create my videos Monday through Friday. So the result of changing my language from I should to I want to, it created ownership for myself. It created actually a lot of fun because I was like, well, what do I want? And so throughout the whole weekend, I kept on asking myself, what do I want? And Millie ended up going out with my husband. So when she did that, I was like, well, what do I want? And what I wanted to do at that point was read a book. And so by doing this whole I want game, I was able to not only do the things I wanted to do, but it actually was doing things that filled my cup. And so when I was around my husband and my daughter, I felt more full and I had excess energy and love to give to them. And so I wasn't stressed out. I wasn't anxious. I was just every time I said the word should, I just went ahead and asked myself, well, what do I really want? And then I did exactly what I really wanted. And what's really amazing is once you ask yourself what you want, sometimes you might worry, well, maybe that want won't include my husband and won't include my daughter. But the reality is that you do love them. Like whatever it is deep down that's most important, you have to trust yourself and know that your wants will align with that. And that's what I realized this weekend. Like asking myself what I wanted where it wasn't like a free for all, like, well, I want pizza and I want ice cream and I want all these things. When I really asked myself, well, what do I want? Everything was on the most part healthy. It included my family. And yes, it did include time by myself because I do know I need time by myself to recharge. And one thing that I realized is that I want to get up earlier in the morning before my family gets up, even on the weekends, because I like that free time and I like to do that when no one's awake and I don't feel like I want to do something with them. So it really gets my day started on the right note. Now I get to decide if I want to do that every weekend day. So Saturday and Sunday. This past weekend, I decided to do it one out of the 2 days, but that's my choice. So the strategy that we're working on today is instead of I should, what do you really want? And playing with this whole idea, throughout the whole week of instead of when you hear yourself say, well, I should be working right now, or I should go for a walk, or I should be exercising, ask yourself, what do I want? And see what comes up. I would be really interested to see if, interesting things came up that you didn't even think about, things that you're really, focused on that maybe you lost sight of because of all of these, unsettledness and uncertainty going on. So if you're up for it, strategy number 10 is playing the game of I want instead of I should. Because I know you guys have heard of this, but shooting all over yourself isn't going to get you anywhere. We need to decide what we want to do, and that creates ownership. It creates excitement. It creates happiness. So when you want to hang out with your children, you're much more elated and excited to go on that bike ride instead of when you use the word should. I should go on the bike ride with my children. I should do this. Then it's just heavy. You feel negative about it and you don't put your best energy forward. So we want to create energy. We want to create ownership. We want to create the life we're dreaming of. So this strategy, we're going to ask ourselves, what do I want? Not I should. I want instead of I should. I hope you guys have an amazing Monday, and I look forward to hearing all the things that you want to do and the things you did do because you asked yourself, what do I want instead of what should I do? See you tomorrow.